Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I have a little bit of a different video today. I'm going to be sharing with you all of the makeup that I have decluttered recently from my makeup collection. Honestly, I never declutter enough to where it's enough to make an entire video. I like to declutter as I go. I don't like to keep products in my collection if I don't like them or if I'm not using them. I'd rather give them to someone else who would, love the product more than me, or if I think it'll work better for someone else, I'd rather just give it away rather than just keeping it there collecting dust. With this last pass through with my collection, I have an entire basket of things that I have decluttered. I'm gonna share with you what I decluttered and why. So let's get into it. By the way, if any of you guys are curious about what I'm wearing, everything will be listed and linked down below in the description. But we're starting off strong. I'm letting go of the Dior Powder No Powder. This one hurts. Let me tell you why. So I love this powder. Like, I absolutely love this powder. It is so beautiful. I don't even think they sell this powder anymore, which I think is crazy because this is one of their best products. Now, the reason why I'm decluttering this is because my makeup ended up looking a lot darker in certain places. This powder is a little bit too dark. I just felt like when I take my powder puff and I use this powder, it looked a lot darker on the face. So I was like, I gotta let you go. And it sucks because realistically, I would have gone to the store and gotten a lighter shade, but they don't sell this anymore at Sephora, so I can't really go in, look at the shades, and make a decision. So I'm just gonna let this one go. You guys, please do not be mad at me, okay? Let me explain with this next product. I'm getting rid of the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. And when I first tried this product, I was like, oh, I didn't really like it, even though this is very red, which I love red bronzers. I cannot, for the life of me, find the best shade for me. I don't really like red bronzers in stick form. I prefer it with a powder. Every time I use it, I don't like how it looks. So I'm just like, this has just been sitting in my collection and I haven't been using it. So I'm just like, let me just let it go. Finally, this I'm saying goodbye to because I just don't reach for this often. This is from Danessa Myricks. This is the Dewy Lip and Cheek palette. Now, I loved this when it first came out. Now we have the Blurring Balm blush from Danessa, and I prefer that formula so much more. I just felt like this formula was just way too dewy for me. I then started using this as more of like a lip product, but then I didn't like how it didn't last very long on the lips, so I just haven't used it and touched it, so I'm letting this go. This product I'm letting go, even though I've never tried it. I'm kind of scared to try it now. Maybe at the end of this video, because this is the last video I'm filming, I'll go ahead and try this out, but this is from Flower Beauty. This is the Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. Did I try this? I don't remember if I did and if I liked it or not. I can't remember. So maybe at the end of the video, we'll try this out. I was like, I'm gonna just let this go because I've had this for a very long time and I wasn't using it. So at the end of the video, we'll try it out since I'm not filming nothing else. I have two primers from e.l.f. I'm parting ways with. The first one is the Sea Bright Putty Primer. This, I just felt like it wasn't doing anything for me. It wasn't hydrating, wasn't mattifying, didn't help the longevity of my makeup. It just gave a little bit of a glow to the skin and it just kind of is pointless for me. So I was like, you gotta go. And then the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer, I love this, but I don't love the cast that it leaves on my skin. You can see that I've used this a lot, but I need e.l.f. to give us this in an invisible color. I don't know why they made this one white because I just feel like it leaves a little bit of a gray cast to the skin. No matter how much you blend it in, it still leaves like that grayish, whitish kind of film. And I don't like that. I have to work 2 times as hard to cover it up with my foundation. And I just wasn't a fan of that. So I'm letting this one go. I do prefer the Liquid Putty Primer though. I love that one. This is This is crazy because I literally just got these like not too long ago. I feel like I just got these like maybe 2 months ago, and they've already started to kind of dry out. These are the ColourPop Super Shock blushes, and then I have the Super Shock bronzer. Now, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I don't like the matte formula of the Super Shock cheek products because I feel like they're just way too dry. They're so dry. Like, it's just unbelievably dry. You really have to press in there to get products, but even that, like, you just have to really work hard with it and really blend it in, and I just wasn't a fan with that. I just feel like they're just a really dry formula. These Super Shock blushes are really, really glowy. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, Tati, I'm dropping everything. Now, these Super Shock cheeks are super glowy, and I just am not liking how they emphasize texture. I just feel like this shade in particular is not very flattering for me. Same thing with both of these shades that I have. This one's the matte blush, and it's super, super dry. I can't get anything to show up on my skin. So not a fan of the matte Super Shock formula. This hurts me. This hurts me. But this is the Huda Beauty Glowish Bronzer. I am letting this go because this is more of like a contour-y kind of shade. This is not my kind of bronze shade, but I was using it to set my powder bronzers. But I was just like, where'd it go? I was like, I am holding on to this and I don't even use it. And I feel like it kind of looks a little bit muddy on me, so I have to let this one go. I'm letting this go because it's old. And I don't even think they make this anymore in this packaging. This is the Smashbox Primer Water. I've had this for a really, really long time. And I think I gotta part ways with that one. This product is kind of similar to the Dior Powder No Powder, but not really. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder in the shade Mesa. So I'm letting this go because it leaves like a glowy film, like a really glowy film to the skin, and I don't like that. It almost kind of looks like a highlighter, way too glowy. And I'm not a fan of glowy setting powders in general. I just don't like them. Loose setting powders, pressed glowy setting powders. Milani Make It Last Setting Spray Matte, letting this go because the nozzle is destroyed. I've had this for a really long time and it's already getting pretty low, so I was like, let me let this one go. Also prefer the OG Make It Last setting spray over the matte, surprisingly. This is another setting spray I'm getting rid of. This is the ABH Dewy Set setting spray. This is unbelievably dewy. Like, if you want your makeup to look glowy and just really radiant, get this. But if you have oily skin, this one is not for us. This is not for us because it's too glowy. It's too much. I can't do it. Letting go of a few Jaclyn products. I'm letting go of these highlighters. These shades are not for me. Not a fan of these. And then this powder. This one's too dark. And then this liquid blush, not a fan of. It looks like a bruise on me, which is not very flattering. So that has to go. It has like a brown undertone to it. I don't like purple blushes with brown undertones because it does end up looking almost like a bruise. This I do not want to get rid of, but I just think that for me and my makeup style, I don't really use contours often. I think I'm just more of a bronzer girl, but I've also had this since 2020, so it's also time to get rid of it. But I hope Huda comes out with more shades of these or something. But this is her Tantour contour and bronzing cream. I feel like a lot of her shades in this line are more contour. I'd love to see bronzer type shades. And also, mine is just really old. You can just tell, like, it's just not doing it for me anymore. And believe it or not, this is the shade Tan. Okay, this is the shade Tan. These are so pigmented. Like, wow. They're like more moussey in a way. But I'm just not a fan of contours. You know, like I'm not like this. Like, this is cool toned. I just don't like this shade as well. So every time I use it, I'm just like, I don't really like it as much. I am getting rid of this Rem Beauty blush stick in the shade Standing O. I think I want to get rid of all of these. I don't use these. I'd rather give these away to someone who would get better use out of them than me. I'm also getting rid of some e.l.f. putty blushes. This is another blush that I just don't really reach for in my collection. I like the luminous ones, but like these, I think I'm just gonna let go. I have a lot of blushes in my collection, and out of all of them, though I like these blushes, I just feel like I don't really reach for these as often as I would like over other blushes. Also getting rid of this from Cosmetics. This is the Hermosa Rosa blush from the Encanto collection. Now that every time I look at this, I'm like, why am I getting rid of this? I kind of don't want to, but I just feel like the shade is a little bit too light for me. Well, it's kind of pretty. Oh, it's so pretty though. Hold on. Look at me about to change my mind about this blush. I always do this. I always, no, wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. I always do this, and then I'm like, I'm gonna keep her. Okay, I'm also gonna declutter this as well. This is from Too Faced. This is the Cheek Popper Blushing Highlighter. I really like how this looks, but I'm really swaying away from colored highlighters. I don't use them often. I think it's a really pretty shade, but it is a little bit too icy. With certain blushes, I can make this work, but I just feel like this shade is just too icy for my skin tone. And lastly, I'm just decluttering these two Moira blushes because they are too light for my skin tone. And there's no sense in me keeping these in my collection. Almost forgot that I wanted to try this out. Let's try this. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what it does. Like, invisible powder spray. Oh, ooh, if you spray it too close, you get that. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm decluttering it. I'm still decluttering it. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed seeing this kind of video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you guys want me to keep doing this whenever I declutter? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.